Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there's just 272 days until Christmas 2025. Oh, it's so good to see all of you here today. And we're going to talk a bit about some Star Wars news. What Star Wars news, you might say? Well, we have some. And if you've been following our good friend Star Wars Meg this week, she provides daily news updates. And you know there's some news out there. And as well as many of you follow other content creators. So we'll get into that in just a second. Star Wars Fitz. Hello. Naughty list. There's Fitz automatically getting himself on the naughty list. There you go. You had it coming. Fitz, you've been asking for that all week. So there you go. Fitz on the naughty list. Jedi Mike, good to see you. Yes, we do have some Bespin Bulletin gaming updates as well. He has been collaborating with Azatru, and there's some news on that front as well. Happy Friday. Yes. Oh, Brandon, hello there. Good to see you. Thanks for being here. And let's see. Nick, there's another one. There's another one. He wants on the naughty list too. So there you go. We're gonna put Nick on the naughty list. Let's see. There he is. Nick's on the naughty list. There you go. You had it coming. Oh, you know you do. Skywalker's Academy. Hello there. Good to see you. Thanks for being here today. Yes, Rey's on the way. And I'm hoping that in Star Wars Celebration here in just a couple of weeks, we're going to get plenty of updates that Rey content is coming in the form of movies. I'm hoping that we get several movie announcements that are will include Rey. Mike Yaney, hello guys. Hello. Yes, it's the Santa and Peanut show. Peanut is over there playing with her toys. So, but she may come and visit at some point. Hello, Yorath. Good to see you. Thanks for joining us today. Let's see. Who else do we have with us? I get caught up there. Nick. Yes. Nick, you already got your naughty list. You're yes, you're very high on the list. Yes, you are. Also, I hate Matt Risman. If you guys follow on Meg's Discord, you know that Matt and Nick they're constantly pestering one another. So very good. Jedi Geek. Hello, Santa. Hello, sir. Thank you for being here. So we're gonna cover several news stories today. I'm gonna ask some questions. What do you guys think? So let me prompt. Get your noodles thinking here. What do you think, or what would you like to see most coming out of Star Wars Celebration this year? So maybe that question should be two-part. One, what would you like to see? Second, do you expect that you'll see it, right? Like, I would love to see a post-Return of the Jedi animated series featuring the original trilogy heroes, and with Mark Hamill voicing Luke Skywalker, and perhaps other characters. That's high on my list. I would love to see an animation announcement of that sort come out of Celebration. That's my request. Do I think it'll happen? No, unfortunately, I don't. I would be over the moon if it did, but I think the likelihood is low, very low. I could be wrong. I hope I am. I hope that they go heavy on animation. If you saw Meg's video today, I think there's a good chance that there will be some animation announcements, but I agree with her that those leaks that person had that she covered, I think they're mostly wrong. It's fan mathing, it's some guesses. And that way, if any of that were to happen, they'd say, aha, see, I got it right. But some of that's just fan math, and maybe it happens, right? So I could post a leak today and say, huge Star Wars Celebration leak. Animation, post Return of the Jedi animated series featuring the original trilogy characters. Mark Hamill will be voicing Luke Skywalker. You heard it here first, right? That's my leak, right? If it doesn't happen, then it didn't happen. If it did happen, guess what? Santa gets some, street cred. No, it's just fan math. That's all, or hopes. It's your wishes, your desires. So maybe this person that Meg covered just had a lot of wishes. So what would you like to see? And do you think it will happen? Right? Do you think it will happen? So let's get into some stories here, and then we'll come back around to that question in just a moment. So first story, and I picked it up from Star Wars Newsnet because it fit the screen better than other sources. So here you go. You got the original voice of Emperor Palpatine in The Empire Strikes Back, Clive Revill. He passed away at 94 years old. Now, Clive has been involved with lots of other things. You see here that he was a veteran of the Royal Shakespeare Company, and he had lots of stage appearances. He got a couple of Tonys. The guy is a renowned actor, and he is not the face of Palpatine. And of course, you guys know Palpatine once we got into the full swing of it. But it says Revill began his film career in the 60s, included a bunch of stuff maybe you've never heard of, right? And he got a Golden Globe nomination. Throughout his film career, he often played comedic roles, and he was brought into the fold of Empire Strikes Back through Irvin Kershner, who worked with Revill on the set of Fine Madness. And he directed in 66, starring Sean Connery, where Revill played the role of Dr. Mencken. How about that? Revill's voice and aura clearly made an impact on Kershner. And George goes on to say he was cast to play the Emperor in Return of the Jedi. And you can see Revill's performance sounds much more polished and posh, a bit less meandering than McDermott's gravely heavier, more unsettling approach. So Ian McDermott, of course, is the quintessential Palpatine, the one that we all know. We saw in the prequels, we saw in the sequel, Rise of Skywalker. Ian McDermott, beloved. He's a fantastic guy. But here we go. The original voice of our Emperor Palpatine has passed away. So that's certainly big in the Star Wars space. So I wanted to cover that story. And then as goes, I typically on Fridays, I'll go out to starwars.com and see what are they talking about. There's the stuff that we talk about in social media, the content creators and stuff. But what's Star Wars? What are they talking about? Well, of course, they're talking about Andor. That's the lead of the page. Actually, there's 5. You can see here. There's actually 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are 6 tabs here. Andor, second tab. Andor, third tab. Andor, fourth tab. Explore. Andor, fifth tab. More Andor. Sixth tab. Andor. so there you go. That's StarWars.com. They are into the Andor coverage, and who shouldn't be? I'm super excited for Andor season 2, and there's some discussion out there about the format, the 3-episode weekly drops. Part of me loves it, absolutely loves it, because each 3 episode arc is 1 year in the course of events. So season 1 as a whole, all of season 1 was a year. Now we get season 2, we get a year after year after year, each 3 episodes. So the pace is going to be quite high. And from what I understand, these episodes might be contained within a 24, 48, maybe 72-hour time span, 2 to 3 days for the entire 3-episode arc, which means you've got another 360 days plus between each season. Now, that doesn't mean that season 1 might be the last day of the year. I mean, the first episode arc, episodes 1, 2, and 3 of season 2 might be the very last day of the year, and episodes 4, 5, 6 are the next. And so you have 6 episodes that kind of butt up against each other. They not necessarily take place the same time of year every year. Likewise, the first 3 episodes could be early in that year, and the next 3 episodes might be almost 2 years later. So there's tons of things like that. So Andor, super exciting. We got some more build up to that still coming, and I'm sure there'll be plenty more. The latest news and features. Here we go. Let's go to view all on StarWars.com. What do they talk about? Well, the first thing they're talking about is Andor. You love it. Yeah, you love it. Andor. Secondly, there's this Beyond Victory, a mixed reality playset exclusive reveal. Now, VR headsets, I can tell you as Santa Claus, the kiddos, lots of them asked for VR headsets. This past year, I had tons of kids asking for VR headsets. That's really what they wanted. So creating some VR content will play right into where kids are consuming content today. So that's good. The next thing they have on here is this Star Wars Celebration stuff. Now, Celebration, we're going to talk about Celebration here in a moment as well. As I mentioned earlier, what would you love to see come out of Celebration? And do you think it would happen? Right? So two different questions that are related. And then there's more news. Star Wars Young Jedi Adventure. We're going to get a season 2 coming up, my friends. And there's more Star Wars Celebration, more Andor stuff. Look there. There's a popcorn bucket. So you got to like that. B2, a B2 popcorn bucket. Although this one looks like it's made of paper. It's not, the high quality popcorn bucket you might get going to an AMC theater or something like that, right? So, yeah, this is definitely a cardboard. This popcorn box, not a collectible so much. Well, maybe it is, but still. So there's StarWars.com. And then, of course, I like to bring these pages up. Here's the countdown to Celebration. It's 20 days and 8 hours, 22 minutes away. Just 20 days from now till Star Wars Celebration. And let's stop here for just a moment. Well, let me go here first. You see, Andor, countdown to Andor, 24 days, 11 hours and 15 minutes. So we're going to go back here to Celebration. We're going to talk a bit. What is it that you guys have put into the chat? Let's get caught up here and say, let's go. Jedi Geek, hello. Let's see. Fred Phillips, happy Friday. Let's see. What else do we have here? Rizman started it. Rizman always starts it. Rizman comes in here and he pokes the bear here as well. He loves to harass me all the time. It's a favorite pastime. He's a good guy, though. I really do love the guy. Love to hate him, hate to love him. That's Matt Risman. That's looks like Star Wars Meg claiming more Solo in the future, perhaps a Solo 2. Well, that's because in the panels and things, the news around Celebration, there was a bit there about Solo. And so, of course, that drives a bunch of speculation. Will there be a Solo 2? I am all aboard. I know TRB, they are huge on the Solo 2 thing, and I follow them. I really enjoy TRB, but they're big on the Solo 2. Make Solo 2 happen. Me too. I would love to see it. And Meg said something in her video today that I disagree with. Is oversimplification of why Solo 2 performed poor, or Solo, the original movie, performed poorly at the box office. Meg said it was backlash from The Last Jedi. Perhaps that's a part of it. And the people who hate The Last Jedi would love you to think that that's all of it. That the reason Solo 2 or Solo bombed at the box office is because everyone hated The Last Jedi and they were protesting Solo. The truth, my friends, though, is it's a much more complicated story than that. And while The Last Jedi may have contributed some portion of it, it certainly did not account for the large, I would even say not even the largest portion of why Solo performed poorly at the box office. One, Solo went into reshoots, and it was widely known that the movie was basically done. And they did a bit of a screening and said, "Oh no, this is not good. We no likey, right? No like." Fired the director, brought in Ron Howard. Ron Howard picked up the entire thing and then did some reshoots, recut the movie, and created an entirely different movie based off of the footage that was shot originally. That's why you see a lot of the movie when you watch it is really like muted. It's darkened because he darkened the colors a lot to get rid of some, to make it all fit together with his reshoots and everything else. So people knew that this movie was a hot mess and that it was reshot and largely put entirely back together. So that was part of it. That the other part is that ballooned the budget. It made the budget almost double by doing all those reshoots. So you add those two things together. The third factor is Harrison Ford was not Han Solo. People were like, wait a second. And Meg mentioned this. Wait a second. You mean we're going to have a Solo movie and Han Solo is not Harrison Ford? What? So that's the third. It's like the young Indiana Jones Chronicles, right? It got moderate viewership because Harrison Ford wasn't Indiana Jones. But, it's like, we want to see Harrison Ford. That's our Indiana Jones. That's our Han Solo. You can't just, put some other person in there. And I think Alden Ehrenreich did a fine job. He took some getting used to, though, didn't he? Like, he's not Harrison Ford, but he picked up some of Harrison's mannerisms and he carried the character forward. And then Meg said another thing I'll disagree with, that she threw Alden under the bus. That became a popular kind of thing that came out of Star Wars content creators because of a quote of something she said, that we're going to lean more into this technology. We learned that fans don't like recasting, and that's somewhat true. She didn't throw Alden under the bus. She just pointed out that was a factor in why the movie did not have as much at the box office, which, by the way, she's absolutely correct. Harrison Ford was not Han Solo, and people were like, I'll wait. All right. So all of those factors add in The Last Jedi are why Solo lost money. Had they kept the original budget, didn't have the problems with the production set and all of that, very well could have made money. But here we are. So Solo 2, I'm all for it. Yes, let's go. Let's go. Solo and animation. Sure, that would be great. Now, Solo, you remember, set up at the very end that we had Maul as part of the syndicate there, and a lot of us would love to see what happened with Maul and Kira and Red Dawn and all of that. Let's go. Let's do it. Jedi Geek. Hope we get more movies or TV shows from the old Republic era. Yeah, I think that's in the cards, but I don't think it's like high on the list. There is the working on remastering or redoing the KOTOR game. And I think that we'll see that before we ever see any old Republic stuff on TV. The other thing, if you followed here very long, I just don't think there's enough ROI in doing live action Star Wars series anymore. I just don't think it exists. It certainly did during the pandemic when people were home and they couldn't go out, get entertainment through sports or through movies or through recreation. You're trapped in your house. What are you going to do? You watch streaming. And so it did very, very well coming out of the box there, out of the gates. Now, though, people are back to their normal lives. And just as a bit of an insight into that as well, as Santa Claus, when the pandemic happened, I did over 200 virtual visits with children like this. I was visiting, they were there, I was here, I was talking through like a Zoom kind of platform, did over 200 of them. The following year, I did even more. Last year, virtual visits here, having a discussion, I did one. An exact total of one virtual visit. Because people are back to seeing Santa Claus in the malls, in the stores, at their homes, in their businesses. They invite me to come out to see them in person. So this is the same thing's happening with streaming services where people are like, I can get my entertainment again back at the sports venues. I could go out and I could go hiking. I can go fishing. I can do whatever I want to do. And the streaming content is much lower. So Knights of the Old Republic or anything back in the Old Republic era, I would think your best chance is A, video games, which is where it largely was. B is going to be through publishing, which I haven't heard anything on the publishing front in the Old Republic era. Third would be, you like what I'll tell you guys a story, but I said A, B, third. I got that back when I was in the Army. We used to do our commander used to get confused, and he would do that, and we would make fun of him because we're enlisted. He's our commander. He would say number C. You're like, that's a letter. But anyway, so anyway, third would be animation. Those are your best shots of getting Old Republic era stuff. Wonder if we have more footage of Clive playing the Emperor or just the one with Vader. That's a good question. Are there cutscenes that were left that we could get like unfinished footage of Clive as the Emperor? That'd be cool. That'd be cool. Let's see. Skywalker's Academy. I burnt my life to make a sunset I'll never see. Oh, the buildup for Andor season 2 is real. Would like to see continuation. So Maul and Kenobi and Boba Fett. Yeah, I'm with you. Give me all the Star Wars, all of it. I'll take all of the Star Wars, please. Yes. Let's see. What else do we have here? Jedi Mike. Jedi Geek. Seems like they're going to renew the Acolyte. At least that's what it seems. Well, I don't think so. I think people are, getting excited. I've seen a lot on social media, and I've seen some stories run on it that the viewership is really picked up. And they go to that Parrot Analytics article, and that has a lot to do with social media interaction. The Acolyte is still getting plenty of social media interaction. But I go back to the statement I said about the return on investment. If you spend money making a live action series, I don't care if it's the most beloved fan favorite series of all time. They just love it, and they love to rewatch it, and they go watch it again and again and again. And all they do is talk about how fantastic it is. If the studios can't make their money back, guess what? They're not going to make any more. They just won't. It comes down to the dollars and cents of it all. And the Acolyte is not that, is it? I enjoyed the Acolyte. I would love to see more Acolyte. Sign me up. Yes. There are big parts of the Acolyte that I did not like, but overall, yeah, sure. I like the characters, the setup, where the story was headed. I hated the ending. Right? The Oceanmere thing is not for Santa. No, hate it. But then to see what was coming, a season 2, a season 3, a season 4, season 5. Give me 5 seasons of the Acolyte as far as I'm concerned. However, I just don't think there's enough ROI to justify putting any more into that. So I just don't see it happening. Again, I'm for it. I just don't see it. I would love to see content announcements at Celebration for the old Republic era, like TV series and comics. There you go. Yep. We'll see. Jedi Geek, would you like to see more High Republic movies or TV shows? Yes. I would love to see more High Republic stuff. I'm all caught up on all the High Republic novels. I haven't followed the comics too much. My Kindle Unlimited and my Audible, of course, for comics isn't much, right? You don't get the visuals. My Kindle Unlimited only includes some of the comics, and it's been really tough for me to keep up with. And I'm not going to purchase all of those along the way. I'm hoping that we'll get an omnibus of the entire High Republic comic series at some point. And yeah, I'm absolutely in favor of seeing some High Republic stuff. It's an interesting story, and I'm anxious to see how it resolves. Because of course it has to resolve because it comes right a bit before the prequels, and they're not the Nile and all that. They're not around during the prequel era. So there you go. Star Wars Celebration Tokyo. I'm hoping for a separate series from the Acolyte that features the characters that story finished out and a new story focuses on. Oh, I see where you're going with that, Skywalker's Academy. Yeah, I'm in favor of all of it. However, I think the Acolyte, the best chance of getting any more Acolyte content is going to be through the publishing arm of Lucasfilm. Comics, novels, that's likely where we'll get it. We might get little bits of story like in some Tales of animated content. I am convinced that live action Star Wars is going to take a long hiatus. Perhaps it's going to be a while before, after Ahsoka season 2, we'll get there in a moment, but after Ahsoka season 2, I just don't see it. Live action will be theatrical releases, and we'll get those then, of course, released on Disney Plus once they go into the, come out of the theaters. But I just do not see the budgets justifying any live action Star Wars. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong, because I'll tell you, I have absolutely loved being part of this community and looking at the River Phoenix. What? I've loved being doing the breakdowns, the watches, all of the speculation and wonder between episodes. Been so good. I think the main thing was Han Solo movie after he died a couple of years before. Same with Black Widow movie. Oh, well, now that might be a problem. But Solo came out before Han Solo died. It came out. Han Solo was he died in Last Jedi. No, you're right. You're right in my brain. Come on, Brian. Thanks. You might be right. You might be right on that. Again, that could very well have a contributing factor in why Solo did not do as well. Do you think we're going to ever get a Lando movie? Boy, I would love it. I would love it. Andre says the audio is messed up. Is it just him? It's not the sound. It's probably lost packets or the bird. So let me know, because I did redo my sound. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can improve that at all for you guys. If the audio is a bit messed up, let me see if I bring it down a little bit. See if the mic is maybe overloading. If the mic's overloading and it's causing some distortion, I can turn that down. Is that better? I know I'm way behind on comments, but let me know if the audio got better for you after me turning it down just now. Yes, we're going to get to Bespin. Give me a second, Mike. Let's see. Jedi Geek. Do you think the movie theater business will still exist in 5 to 10 years, or to go extinct with streaming? Well, that's a good question. And when do you think physical media to no longer be manufactured? Well, physical media now is a bit of a niche kind of thing, and they only do little projects that you don't see it nearly the range that you used to. Will the theaters be dead? No, I don't think so, because there's something about going to a theater and a community. You've seen that somewhat in the streaming series when, like, maybe they release the first 2 episodes of a streaming series in the theater. Maybe with Andor, they would do the first 3 episodes, right? That first night in the theater, because it's going to be a movie every week, right? In length, you're going to be an hour and a half in that ballpark every week. So you've seen it with these theatrical releases of the streaming content. You're already paying for the streaming content, right? You've already got it, but people show up and fill a theater so they get that community experience of getting to watch it together. The theaters have to stay on front of that. They've got to make sure that community experience gives their customers everything that they want to make it worth their while to go. Part of that is the cost, right? The cost of theater experience is kind of high. Let's see. Let's get caught up. Andor is easily the most quotable Star Wars project since Revenge of the Sith. Well, Andor had some fantastic writing, and there's no question that it has some of the best speeches. Just some great stuff. Maybe instead of continuing the Acolyte, they can make a Plagueis young Palpatine movie. Yeah, perhaps. He's so excited about getting more Acolyte. I wouldn't mind. Gray, hello there. There's a good friend of mine. Gray loves the publishing side of Star Wars as well. Good to see you, my friend. At the end of the day, I'm excited for Star Wars Celebration. Me too. Let's see. Yeah, River Phoenix died in 93. I'm not sure what Mike's referring to. All respect, but yeah, not new news. The fine sound here. Okay, so you're saying the sound is fine. It sounds fine. Okay, the sound is good. Great. Everybody's saying the sound is good. The sound's good. Okay, it was just a minute. All right. Overload it. Go for it. All right, I'm going to turn it back up just a little bit. Since I got up with you guys on the audio there, I'll turn it up a little bit. I can see the meter right here. right? It's just below here. There's a meter. It shows me the audio input, and it's peaking out. Yeah, it's a bit quiet. So we've turned it back up. George said the theaters will become an elite experience. Looking for pro sports, ball games, concerts. Yeah, again, it's that community, right? It's the community aspect of things, right? I hope we get to see the Ghost Crew in Andor. Gray. I've not heard. We have seen where the Ghost is in Rogue One. Would the Ghost or the Ghost Crew show up in Andor? I don't know. There's the question is, what's her name? The ISB agent. Is she getting force choked or not? We might see Vader, and Vader fits in that era. He fits in the context of the show. But boy, I just don't think we are going to get them. It would be great. Could we get extended versions of Revenge of the Sith in the future? Perhaps. There are cut scenes that are definitely worth catching. Star Wars Order. Ho, ho, ho. What's up? Right. That goes back to what? I hope I got that right for you. New trailers and stream panels. Oh, now Jedi Geek, you're bringing up a sore subject. Are we going to get panels streamed where we can watch them if we're not in Japan? And history would tell us that they will not. I wish they would. The other thing to consider is Japan is like 13 hours ahead of us. And if they are doing something, let's say at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, well, that's going to be like 1 o'clock in the morning for us here on the Eastern time zone. It'd be 10 p.m. if you're all out there in Pacific time zone. So it makes it the middle of the night, really, if they do stream these things. And what I expect we're going to see in Celebration is people waking up and getting the latest news and then covering it first thing in the morning. And of course, is there a bird in the background? Well, yes, there is. Hey, Peanut, you want to come visit? Here, come on. Come on. I've got an African gray back there, and she likes to come and visit. Come on. Come on. Come on. Nope. She's looking at me. She may come visit before the show's over. That's my African gray. Peanut, that's her name. And she is 18-year-old African gray. If you put the audio in the red, I can turn my sound down to mid-range. If you put it where you had it, I have to turn it all the way up and struggle. Very good. Thank you for that feedback, Skywalker's Academy. And I did a sound test with Star Wars Fits before, and we kind of checked that before. So I thought it was good where it was. I think we turned it up a little bit more even. There we go. Theaters will never go away. TV leaves no cultural footprint like movies do. Yeah, you're exactly right. There's a high chance we can see Palpatine in season 2. Well, Jedi Geek, there will at least be a reference to Palpatine for sure. The massacre that's coming, we saw in Rebels where Mon Mothma gives a big speech, and even in the previews to season 2, we see Mon Mothma in the Senate chambers, and you know who the Senate is. ISB agent Deidre. That's right, Deidre. Is she getting force choked? Is Palpatine going to be in there? I don't know. The prequels went from being memed for bad dialogue, and it went full circle to being beloved. Well, for some people, I wouldn't say beloved from my perspective, but at least they've aged and become sentimental. Still can make me angry when I watch them. I'm still like, why did George make some of these decisions? Gray has 2 cockatoos and a cockatiel. Just finished her chores. Yeah. All right. Peanut, you're going to come visit? Come on. And that's something else is Peanut is beginning to fly with larger with a lot of pet birds. They'll clip their wings. It's just so they don't have enough lift to fly. They can protect themselves if they fall, but they can't like fly away. I'm letting Peanut's flight feathers grow out so she can fully fly. And she's learning to fly and she's getting more confidence in flying, but she hasn't gotten to full command flight yet. I can ask her to fly to me. Come on, girl. Come on. And sometimes she gives me side eye like she is now. Right now she's doing this. She's going. I'm like, but she's not ready to come yet. My father had an African gray. Hold on, when he lived in Angola decades ago. That's cool. That's really cool. Hey, Omi-Wan, the homie. Dude, it's been a hot minute since I've seen you. It has been a minute. I've been a good boy this year, heading to Japan. Oh, congratulations. Omi-Wan, the homie. Great to see you. Wow, it has been a long time. Thanks for coming and joining. I have a friend with a blue and gold macaw that is 43 years old. That's fantastic. Actually, just let our birds' flight feathers all grow out last year, and they fly all over the place now. Yeah, there's a pro and con to that too, right? There's sometimes where I'm sitting here working, I might be on a business call or whatever, and she decides she wants to come visit. And typically, I can get her if I'm eating something. Let me see. Hold on. If I get something, here we go. I've got something here. She doesn't know this is empty. This is mean, but look, I had microwave popcorn yesterday. Now watch. If I act like, oh, what do I have? Oh, do I have food? Huh? Do I have food? You want some? Yeah? Now she'll show up. She'll be here in a minute. What new animated projects do you think they might announce? Would you like to see? Okay, so Jedi Geek, good question. I do think we are going to get several animated announcements. We should get Visions announcement, an update on the new season of Visions. I expect at least one Tales of animated announcement, perhaps another Lego holiday special animated announcement, and I hope that we get a announcement about the next series that will follow the Bad Batch. So we had Clone Wars, we've had Rebels, we've had Resistance for those of us that watched those seasons, and we've had Bad Batch. What's the next one, and when is it? Right, Luke's Jedi Academy. Let's go! Yes, guaranteed win. You're not wrong, Andre. Absolutely guaranteed win. Which leads us now to the next story, and I want to get to this. There was an announcement, or there's been some news come out that Ahsoka Season 2 gets an unexpected update from Ezra Bridger himself. And there was this picture that made its way around. You guys have probably seen it, where he's standing there on about rooftop of wherever it is, and he's got a bottle, I guess that's champagne, and he's getting ready to knock the lid off like, hey, we're going into production on, it says here, launching your podcast, kicking off Ahsoka Season 2. So now everybody's been talking about how Season 2 has gone into filming. Now, I can tell you guys a little bit about this because we knew a long time ago, in fact, late last year, let's say November timeframe, they started sending assets over to the UK right after the US elections. Right, there were a whole bunch of people that they started sending assets over to the UK to get ready for pre-production. So set pieces, things that they needed to have. Because remember, Ahsoka season 1 was shot in Los Angeles, Southern California. So Peridia, for example, all shot out there. Now they need to find places in California or in the UK to shoot season 2. They're not doing it in Southern California. That, to me, that was huge news that they moved the entire crew to the UK. Then late in the year, almost New Year's, people started going, the pre-production staff started going over. So like November timeframe, assets started moving. In late December, January, they were moving the pre-production. So they've been doing set building. They've been doing prep for filming. Now we're in late March, right? It's been a couple of months after that. And then it's going into filming. I'll bet you, if I was a betting man, that they've already filmed a good bit of stuff. It's just Iman is now going out there. And we know that they recast Ray Stevenson. And which raises the next question I want to bring to you all. And I was watching a guy who loves Star Wars. By the way, Mike, if you're out there, I know you tap in from time to time. If you're out there, you have the permalink to join. And if you want to talk about this just a little bit, feel free to join. Same with my friend Meg. Meg, I haven't had you on the stream for the longest time. And of course, our friend Jason Ward from Making Star Wars and Bespin Bulletin. You all have the link to join the show anytime you want. Even Rob Sketchcraft. I don't know what was in my head at the moment, but I sent him the link. Any of you guys want to join, feel free to join. Said, I'd love to see a Tales that follows Cad Bane. Oh, Nick. Yes, I would love to see that too. That would go with like bounty hunters, right? There we go. Ahsoka might involve the Yuzan Vong. Focus on Mortis gods and Abeloth. Here you go. Andre, bringing up the Abeloth topic. So, Abeloth. Yes, I'm friends with Star Wars Meg. By the just for Star Wars order, Meg and I we had a private visit just a couple weeks ago, and I recorded something she may use in one of her videos coming up. But Meg has been a guest on my live streams many times. She has embarrassed me. She's turned me all kinds of shades of red because she knows how to embarrass me. So, yeah, Meg's a great friend of mine. But we need to talk about this Yuzan Vong. Yeah, we need a weekly stream with Meg. Yeah, I would love to get that with Meg and Jason and Mike and all of us. We did a few of those some time ago, but it's been a while. And if you were here, and you know, the first time Meg turned me, and I think Jedi Mike put it in the emojis, the Santa blushing, because Meg said something not Mount Tantus. Meg said something else. Turned me bright red. And I'm already getting rosy just thinking about it. So do you think that Abeloth is going to be in Ahsoka season 2? Now we know that they went out there to Peridia, and we know that Balin said, "Don't you see it? Don't you hear it?" Like he had this little thing he was having a chat with, and with Shin, and saying, "There's something out there," and he came to help stop this cycle of war back and forth with the Force, and he wants to put an end to it. And they get there, and you see these Mortis gods. If you're not familiar with who they are, those giant statues that they were on, there was this world called Mortis, and it had like daily cycles that went through the entire year. It would go from winter to like everything in just 1 year, in one day. And there were three figures there: the father that was sort of over the each of the gods of the Force, and then you had the brother who was sort of the god of the dark side, and the daughter who was sort of the god of the light side. Now, that's not the full of it, you guys. I know that. I'm just saying for folks who haven't watched that, it gives you at least some sort of concept of what it was. And in that Mortis God arc, Anakin was asked to take the role of the father. He was like, time for me to retire and hand the reins over to you. And Anakin said no. That's the short of it. Ahsoka ends up dying there, and the daughter, the god of the light side, the daughter ended up giving her life to save Ahsoka. And that little owl that follows Ahsoka around, that's a Morai, that owl was the manifestation or the spirit animal of the daughter. And so we see that Morai in, we saw it in The Mandalorian when Ahsoka was in there, and we saw it again in Ahsoka, the season 1. So the daughter, her life force still resides within Ahsoka. So if they're there, those three statues, and the father's pointing off into the distance, Balin's standing out here on the end of his finger, right? Looking out, and you look to see where he's looking. There's a bright spot out there. What is that bright spot? Is the bright spot Abeloth? Because if you go back to the novels, and there were people who were, I'm going to use the term infected with a bit of a seed of Abeloth. And she, at one point, awakens them. So they're living their lives, things are going great, and all of a sudden, she turns a light switch on, and these people that have this like seed, again, I'm putting things more metaphorically than it is in the books, but in there, that seed makes them think that everyone around them is artificial. Like, that's not my mom. That's a person who looks like my mom. That's not my dad. That's a person who looks like my dad. That's not Jedi Master Yoda. That's somebody that looks like Master Yoda. He was dead by then. I'm just making it up, right? So there's all this going on, right? And during that, then they believe that there's some sort of conspiracy going on, and they go what everybody else thinks is crazy, right? They end up getting captured. They put them in carbonite. They put them in prisons. They're like, who's going to go crazy next? And it's Abeloth turning this switch on for different people. So Luke goes out to find what is causing these hallucinations. They're not exactly hallucinations. They're more like that switch, right? What's making them think that everybody around them is fake, right? And they end up finding Abeloth. And Abeloth is a part of the Mortis gods. This is all Legends material. She's part of that. And she's an eternal. She can live forever, right? Hey, Peanut, you want some popcorn? Look. Ooh, what do I got? We'll see. Nom, nom, nom. Normally, she would have been here by now. But so Abeloth is there. Peanut's like, you're not fooling me. I know that thing's empty. Hold on. There's some kernels in here. What do I have? Look, Peanut. What's okay? See, there's popcorn. Peanut. Hey, she's like, I'm busy. So anyway, Abeloth. Then she ends up, Voldemort in Harry Potter. When she runs into another person, she can put her life essence into that person. That person's still there, but so is Abeloth. And so all of a sudden, your best buddy, your friend, your lifelong partner in life is now Abeloth. Because Abeloth has put herself in it. And they end up having to kill these people they love because, you know, your best bud might all of a sudden be Abeloth. From that perspective, and she can also shapeshift. She can make herself appear as anybody. So you can end up with two people that look that, you know, the same person. And Abeloth is really both. To me, that is a nightmare situation to put into Star Wars canon. I mentioned it yesterday in Mike's stream. I was messaging in there. I hope they don't do it because, oh my goodness, what a mess! And it took them so long to Peanut. Hey, look here. Look what I got. Want it? Huh? Want some? Want it? Come on. Look what I got. Come on. Come on. Come on. Right here. There's food. We'll see. Maybe she'll come. So anyway, I think it's a hot mess. If they were to do it and they put Abeloth into canon, you have this shape-shifting figure that can put herself into other people, like possessing them, and it could just be a huge mess, a hot mess. So I hope not. I know a lot of people would love to see Abeloth, and Mike was teasing it yesterday. I just don't think so. Yeah, Peanut thinks it's packing material. She's not buying it. Hold on 1 second. I'm going to give her a piece. I'm going to give her this piece, and then she'll come to get more. Hold on. Here, Peanut. Here. Look, it's real. There we go. There we go. All right, now she's had a bite. Yeah, now maybe she'll come to get more. Just Skywalkers. Yeah, I think it need to take a big swings in Star Wars. It would be cool. It could be cool, and I'll tell you what, it would launch another whole thing. But we already have people saying they would love to see, this whole thing maybe leads into a retelling of sorts of Heir to the Empire with Thrawn. So if you got Thrawn and Heir to the Empire as Dave's movie that he's going to do, that's going to bring together all these shows, right? The Mandalorian and the Ahsoka and Book of Boba Fett and the Grogu movie, like all of this stuff, right, comes together in this project that Dave's going to do, the movie he's going to do. Are you going to throw Abeloth into the mix too, or are you going to leave her over on Peridia? If you leave her over on Peridia, and they've already set up in Peridia, like the Zeppo, the being out there, which could lead then to like the Grisk, right? Who knows? No. Ahsoka has died twice and almost died on Moraband, known in antiquity as Korban, if it weren't for Ezra. Oh, now you're going to get me started on another tangent. Hey, you want some? Come on. You want some? Come on. She's thinking about it now. Now she's leaning. Now, come on, Peanut. All right, I'm going to turn around. She likes to fly to my back for some reason. So act like nom, nom, nom. Right, we're eating some popcorn here. Yeah, squirrel. I know, Dale. You're get up. What else here? Ryan took big swings with TLJ. Now his fans don't get it. They thought it was yeah. It could be. You guys. Yeah. What's your favorite live action project? For overall, it would be Mandalorian. I think that'd be my favorite. You think they'll make a Vader movie in the future? No, I don't. We've had a Vader movie, the prequels, right? Anakin, the original trilogy. I think you might get an animated series set in the time period after the Revenge of the Sith, leading up to A New Hope. Height of Vader, right? Like Vader doing all the Vader things. Like it could be him going ham, right? Like he is the boss. You could very well end up with a Vader centric animated series. I think you might get that, right? Have to head off. Okay, Fitz. Have a good weekend, my friend. Do you think Ryan Johnson will still come back? Boy, I don't know. Yeah, come on, girl. Come on. Yeah. All right. So there's that. I told you we were going to talk a little bit about Bespin Bulletin. Well, one more story to cover today, and is this. And Bespin has done several stories on it. He's talking about Fortnite, Chapter 6, Season 3. Let's go back to Bespin homepage because he did a story with Azatru on this earlier as well. Let's see. So there's been 3 stories on video games on Bespin Bulletin this week. It says everything we know about Bit Reactor Star Wars video game. This was co-written with Azatru and gets deep into the weeds. I read it and I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about, right? Because I don't know much about video games, but there's tons of stuff here. Azatru and Bespin Bulletin did this together. So there's that story. Come on. If you want some, you got to come here. Come on. Don't stand up there and scream. Yeah. So then there was the story that came out yesterday, or actually Wednesday, said Fortnite Chapter 6, Season 3 to be Star Wars themed. And so there you go. Fortnite. We've got Chewbacca and Luke. By the way, did you see the Disney parks, specifically Disneyland, update on Luke and R2 being there for photo ops? So there's Luke. We've got a Vader of sorts, right? This guy looks a little bit different than your regular Vader. And look, we got a Fortnite coming. And then today, our friend Bespin Bulletin talks about Jar Jar Binks, Qui-Gon Jinn coming to Fortnite. So there you go. Yeah. My goodness, Dale. Luke will be at Galaxy's Edge. I saw that here. Let me bring it up. Did I already? No, I can do that. Hold on one second. We've got Star Wars news. If I go up to this, hold on a second. I gotta pause it. Bring it down into here. And then move this to full screen. What happens now? If I do this, oh, he's in the wrong place. Hold on. That's not going to work. My noggin's right in the way. So here's the announcement they made. You see this Luke. Now, before you just saw like his back walking away and he put his hand on R2. Well, this time we get the full Luke Skywalker coming right towards you. And you can see him walk across. There's the guy, the actor, the Disney park, character portrayer with R2-D2 there. And of course, they're going to do some, they're going to do some evening light projections and stuff as well. And I think that's actually Luke from, he doesn't look like Luke. I know. The guy doesn't look at all like Mark Hamill. But they get some young kids that come in there and do character portrayals. And so it'll be fun. It'll be fun for those of you who have access to Disneyland out there in California. Go out there and maybe get some pictures with Luke Skywalker and R2-D2. All right. I think that covers the news. Peanut, you want to come over here? Come here, bird. Hold on. They'd like to see you before. We have a Mike Porter dad joke. Here, I'm gonna put my hand in here, like I'm getting food. Like she thinks if I'm eating food, boy, that's the best thing. Nom 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 nom. Yeah, you need to come get some. She's like, it's empty. I know it's empty. Yeah, fireworks show from Batu. We have a fantastic Mike Porter dad joke today. Hold on. She's not going to fly to me. I'm just going to get her. Hold on. Come here. Come here. Here. Step up. Step up. Come on. You're being a turd. All right. There's Peanut. For those of you that haven't seen Peanut before, here she is. There's my African gray, my 18-year-old girl. Right? You going to be a good girl? You going to say something to them? No? No? Here. Come up here. There you go. Now be good. Yeah. Behave yourself. We have a good Mike Porter dad joke. Let me bring up the Mike Porter. This is the peak of Mike Porter dad jokes. It says, what did the man say? What did the man say when he approached young Skywalker with scissors? We just talked about young Luke Skywalker. So the guy's got scissors. He comes up to him and he says, Luke, I'm your barber. Oh, very good, Mike Porter. That's a fantastic dad joke, Mike Porter. Luke, I'm your barber. Oh, it's a good one. It's a great one. Have you had her whole life? No, we adopted her last fall, late August, early September. So she's only been with us for a few months. Yeah, less than a year. All right, that's our show today, you guys. It's been fun hanging out with you. We've done it. We made it. We talked about all the things. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. Hope you have a terrific weekend. And will we do a breakdown of all of the Andor episodes, season 2? Yes, we will. We typically do like a predictions game where I let you say, what do you think is going to happen in the next episode? And I'll give my predictions. And if your predictions are better than my predictions, then you get your name on the Wall of Fame for that week. And if you can beat me for the entire season, I'll send you some Star Wars Santa merch. So there you go. I think Santa ain't heard of no at-atin. May the force be with us all. Stay safe. Yes, stay safe, you guys. We'll be doing an Andor breakdown as we get closer. I'll be publishing the predictions game, and we'll be doing that every week and seeing how you do on that. It's a fun game to play, so we'll look forward to that. So have a wonderful day. I hope you have a blessed weekend. Can't wait to see you next time. And until then, my friends, Merry Christmas, and may the force be with you always. Bye-bye.